So my first bike experience that I can remember is when I was really young. My mom brought out my BMX for the spring. It had been sitting all winter, and she pumped up the tires for me. She pumped up the tires so hard that when I went across the street, I hit the curb to go and jump up it, but the tire was so hard it bounced back and it hit me in the tooth, and I chipped my tooth. And I remember that. I have many, but one of my most favorite experiences was when I was competing on a professional level. It was my first ever professional competition, and it was sort of BMX style riding at an indoor skateboard park. Didn't have brakes on my bike, so I had to make sure that all of my tricks were planned appropriately, my landings were proper. I had a really, really good time. I remember it was great. I met a lot of awesome people, and I met a lot of pros that I had looked up to in the past and got to meet them and ride against them, and it was super fun. I used to live in a major city where cycling is very, very popular and probably one of the easiest ways to actually get around. You could get faster than public transit. There was dedicated bike lanes. I like to see more and more of that happen. I'm not saying we're ever going to get rid of cars, but hopefully we can sort of get rid of some of the pollution if more people cycle. I believe I was 16 at the time. And that's my first job. That's when I started. They would have me, build some bicycles from boxes and stuff, and that was basically my start. I used to sweep a bike shop just on part-time. Would come in the afternoons, and I'd sweep and clean up the floor. Yes, many times. I still do that. I build bikes up from the box all the time. I custom build things, so people bring me a frame and all the parts, and then we put it all together for them and build it up. There's a bicycle in the shop here that I built up that I really enjoyed building. It turned out really nice. I got to pick all the parts that went on it. I got to pick the tires. I got to pick the colors of the tape and stuff that we use. It turned out really nice, actually. It's one of my favorite builds. I did ride as a professional for a while. However, injury and age sort of got in the way. Riding bikes on a professional level, depending on what medium you're using, it can be pretty hard on you. It's also very expensive to do. Being a professional doesn't necessarily mean you're getting paid all of the time. It just means you're riding on a professional level, right? If I did do it for a while, I don't think I would be in the physical shape to do it again, unfortunately. I sort of started in downhill mountain biking, and from there progressed into different stuff. But my first professional riding experiences were specifically in downhill mountain biking. But, very short runs through pretty crazy rough terrain and big jumps. I've been a bike mechanic for a long time, over 25 years now. Once owned my own little shop. It was in a garage. It was very nice. It was really kind of a cute little shop. I didn't do any sales. I only did repairs. It was in a very eclectic part of town. So there was lots of different types of folks always around. One guy had heard that there was a bike mechanic in the alleyway.